So then guys, the release for the 11th generation iPad or the iPad 11 or the 2025 iPad is around the corner, and I want to tell you all the details about this iPad and what kind of upgrades we're going to get with it. But first of all, a quick recap where we are then with the current 10th generation iPads. The 10th generation iPad came out in 2022. In fact, it was right at the end of 2022 when it was released, and it came out alongside the iPad Pro M2 11 and 13-inch models. Now, when the 10th generation iPad came out, there were some criticisms behind it. One thing was that the price had gone up to $450 compared to the 9th generation that was $330. So yeah, that was one thing. And also that you could only use, say, the older sort of Apple Pencil sort of 2, and to charge this you actually had to have like a wire between, say, the Pencil and the iPad, and it was just a bit complicated. But over the last couple of years, things have got a lot better for the 10th generation iPad. For example, with it now, we do have the new USB-C Apple Pencil, what is far better, and obviously that can also dock onto the actual side of your iPad, what is really useful to have. And then also, just in 2024, the actual iPad reduced down in price from $450 down to $350. And even at Black Friday at the end of 2024, you could pick up the 10th generation iPad between $250 to $280, what was absolutely incredible value for what it is. And it now looks like, this iPad is definitely a great iPad to get if you just want to use it as an iPad. What I mean by that, if you just want to stream your media on it, or for example, you want to check out your social media to catch up on some videos, look at some pictures, maybe even doing a bit of browsing the web and even editing the odd, say, Word document or things like this, then this is definitely a great iPad to actually buy, especially at the prices that you can actually pick it up for now. And this iPad also looks quite cool as well. That obviously it's based off the design of an iPad Air, what was based off the design of an iPad Pro back in 2018. And this iPad was also the first one to actually get its camera put on it horizontally. And this is really useful to have. And like I also did mention, that obviously if you did things like Word documents and things like this, you can also get, say, the Magic Folio keyboard, which is really useful with that, with a trackpad and some great accessories to go alongside of this iPad. So yeah, it's really good battery life and really great value. But the big question is, what you'll want to know is, then what about the next generation iPad? Because we haven't had this updated now in about 2.5 years, so definitely Apple needs to update it, and it looks like that this iPad could have the biggest jump in sort of technology changes underneath the hood compared to any other iPad in the past. Now, what I would be saying is, do not expect a brand new design for the 11th generation iPad. Just remember that it's just the 10th generation iPad got the updated design to the one that we have right now, so do not expect anything there. But what will be changing is definitely the chip underneath the hood. Now, more than likely, we are going to be getting the A18 inside of this iPad. Now, some people have speculated it could be the A17 Pro, but personally, I do not believe that's going to be the case. The main reason behind this is because the A17 Pro has the USB port controller as 3.0 kind of speeds, and these are the same speeds that we get, say, in an iPhone Pro with the the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro range, and also in the likes of many other devices too. What are the more sort of higher class sort of devices, the baseline sort of version of devices, say like the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 15, well, they only have USB speeds of 2.0, so this is the older, slower speed, so it's more than likely that this is going to go inside of the iPad. And because of this, the A17 Pro does not support USB 2.0 sort of speeds, and Apple would have to manufacture, say, the chip to adapt this. But there is an easier solution to this, and that is just using the A18, what the iPhone 16s use. So with this then, it's more than likely that the A18 normal is going to go inside of the iPad, and alongside with that we'll get all those Apple Intelligence sort of goodies, which was really great news to hear. And then we'll also get the RAM increased from 4GB to 8GB of RAM inside of this iPad, what is really going to help out with multitasking and also sort of sending out the longevity of the iPad to use it way into the future. And the A18 is no slouch of a chip. At the end of the day, it's on par in multi-core performance to the M1 1 chipset, and even in single core performance, it's even faster than the likes of the M3 in single core. So this is definitely going to be great news to hear that we're going to be getting this chip inside of it. But you'll probably also want to know about the release date and the price for this iPad, and I'll tell you about all those details after I tell you about the giveaway on this channel for this right here. This here is a Mac Mini with an M4 Pro inside of it. It's the baseline 12-core version. It's got 512 gigabytes of storage, 24 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of March time this year. And you can enter into this giveaway right now. All you have to do at this stage at the moment is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it's going to be the new iPad. Maybe it's going to be a new MacBook. Maybe it's going to be nothing to do with Apple at all. It could be like the new Nintendo Switch 2, something I'm definitely going to be getting. The PS5 Pro. It could be a DJI sort of drone or something like this. Well, let me know in the comments below. And like I said, that's what you need to do at this stage, because the other part of the stage of the giveaway is going to be happening near the end of March time, just before I announce who the winner is for it, where I'll be making a video giving you more details about the giveaway, and also, giving you a form to fill in too, what you'll need to do, and also I'll give you the dates and details of the live stream of when I'm going to be giving away this Mac Mini. So you won't want to miss out on that. So the best thing you can do right now is make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. The other thing I'd also say is you want to subscribe is because at the end of the day, I'm giving away to a subscriber. The last thing I want to say about the giveaway is sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best to see right here. Please do report them. So then, moving on then for the release date and price then. So for release date, what I would say is take a look at this leak that we've got right here. It is showing us that the MacBook Air and also the iPad Air stock is dwindling down, and that new replacements for these are on the cards. Now obviously it doesn't spell out anything about the 10th generation iPad, because I'll tell you about that in a second, but this is important to know, because that means that Apple are looking to do an event very soon, or a series of mini events like what they did with, say, like the M4 when they brought that out for the Macs at the end of last year in October time, November time. So that is very, very important to actually see that is probably coming up, and that's probably going to be happening probably the end of March time. Now like I said in this leak here, it did say that we were not getting any details about the iPad, that those stocks are dwindling down for the 10th generation. And the main reason why I believe this is going to be the case is because I believe Apple's still going to continue to sell the 10th generation iPad, and they're also going to sell alongside it the 11th generation. Apple have done this in the past. So up until even just last year, about a year ago, Apple was selling the 9th generation iPad and the 10th generation iPad at exactly the same time. They sold the 9th generation for $330, and they sold the current 10th generation for $450. But then they dropped selling the 9th generation, just sold the 10th generation, reduced the price down to $350. And personally, I think Apple are going to continue this. They're going to sell the 10th generation for $350, but what they're going to do is they're going to bring out the 11th generation probably at that $450 price mark. But you're probably wondering why an extra $100? Well, it's mainly because of that A18 chip what's going to be inside of this iPad. Now, personally, I do think it's going to be worth $100 more just to get that A18 inside of it, even if you're not going to use those Apple Intelligence goodies, because you're talking about 4 generations ahead in the chip, so A14 to A18, and then on top of that as well, you're getting double the amount of RAM too. So this is going to be great. And I would say the A14, well, that's probably not going to be supported for a good few years. It probably will be for another 2 or 3 years it's going to be supported, whereas the A18, if that chip's going to be inside it, you can imagine you're going to get at least another 7 years of operating system updates inside of the iPad. So in my opinion, definitely worth paying that extra $100 for it. But with that then, guys, those are the latest and greatest details we have for the iPad. Are you excited for this 2025 11th generation model? Are you going to be getting one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.